Hello everyone. This is my mountain life. This is a view from the south orchard facing north, March 14th, 2024. And I'm just basically doing a video showing, I don't know if you can see it, but in the very distance there you can see the mountains with all the snow on them. So this valley that I live in is it's a big valley, so it's not small, but it's got mountain ranges on three sides of it. And a very popular national park is in that direction. So this is the south orchard. It's under construction. You can see the fence that I have here is a game fence to try to keep the deer out. So apparently the deer won't jump fences that are 7'6", I think is what they tell you. These are 8 foot. So the posts are 10, or I think the posts are 10 foot high, and I pound them in the ground a couple feet. So anyway, this is under construction. The north orchard, you can see the gate to that. But I just wanted to kind of show you what March looks like in my area. Well, many people in other parts of the country have leaves all over on their trees. It's still like a little too cold for that here. You can see the Douglas fir and the spruce in the background here. And there's some ponderosas in here too, ponderosa pine. So you can see that I've got some posts dug, or I mean placed, but I haven't actually put the fence up yet. So I have to get more posts and a couple more gates to get this completed. So here are some of the trees that I planted last year. So the first 4 are from Rain Tree Nursery. This is a Seca European plum. And I'll talk about these more in detail, but I'm just going to briefly go over them. This is a blue jam. And then I have 2 schoolhouse plums right here and here. I've already looked at them this morning and they look okay. Like, I think they're going to have leaves coming out. This is a black ice, and this is a toka, and this is an oblingia, which I think is not going to survive, but it was really struggling last year. We'll see. Kohiko. And then there's some pear trees on the side here. That's a gem. This is an early gold. That's a year. And then you can see that I have some cherries. One of them died, and Rain Tree didn't replace it. They refunded me the money because it never leafed out. But the other one looks good this year. So you can see that there's going to be more trees filling in. I have 41 trees coming. So they'll fill in this area right here. I burned a couple locations. I burned some things like some wood and stuff last year. I won't be able to do that after I get the trees in. This grass is kind of interesting. It's native to this area, and it's built for this environment. And what do I mean by that? Well, regular grass on the ground around second half of July, beginning of August, turns brown and goes dormant. But this does not. This stays green all the way up until October. And we have kind of a weird climate. Maybe not weird, but we have like a little bit of rain in up until about the first week of June. And then rain diminishes, and then it almost becomes non-existent in July. Maybe the first week of July you'll get some rain. August is definitely dry. Second half of July is dry. So it kind of turns into a drought, and yet this grass stays green. So it's built for this area. And it's really, I don't know, maybe some people would call it crabgrass. I don't know. I'm not a grass expert, so I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to bring you over here and show you this. This is the last of the snow. So it's March 14th. There's still snow on the mountains, and there's still snow in the orchard. So, and the ground is frozen here. It's like a rock right where I'm standing. This is heavy clay. Heavy clay has a likelihood of staying cold or staying frozen longer. So this would be a good video just to kind of reference back to see what it looks like in different times of the year. This is my little forest right here. It's wild. There's a river beyond through those trees, and that river can actually flood on occasion in the spring, maybe every 3 years or so, and depends on how much snow we get to how much it floods. So this whole area back in here can potentially flood. So what can grow in here? Cottonwoods. We have narrowleaf cottonwoods, I think is what the species we have. We have aspen. I think there's birch in here too. There are there's all kinds of stuff. There's ponderosa pine, spruce, and Douglas fir in here. There's willow, and then dogwoods. They're in here too. You can see the red, so you can see that that's like there's some shrubs in here. We've got alder, and there's just all kinds of stuff that grows next to the river. We actually have a white clematis, which I'll show you in a future video. That's pretty interesting. This right here is my like in-between orchard. I have plans for this property in the future, and I didn't want to just encapsulate the two orchards together because I wanted for there to be a road potentially here in the future where you could drive a car right up here. So I wanted basically to have space between the two orchards. This is the south or the north orchard, I should say. The gate I put in last year. It's 8 foot tall, and I think it's 8 foot by 8 foot maybe. I can't remember. But so here's the north orchard. So you can see that trees are all lined up and they're ready to go. I lost, I'll show you the ones I lost. I lost 4 trees, but I think one of them I can recover. But what happened was the deer pushed through this gap in the fence here. They broke it. I don't know what they did. They must have chewed on the zip ties I had or something. They figured out how to get through, so I'll have to make that more secure next year. But this is what they do. So they chewed this entire, you can see that, like they chewed all around the edge of the tree. And this was, I think, a Parker pear. But because this bottom part's still there and it's below the graft, I think if I just cut it off here, it has got a good chance that it'll leaf out here. So I've got European pears over here. I've got cherries and a couple rows here. And then this row right here is Asian plums. And then the last 3 rows are apple trees. And there's some other stuff in here, and I'm trying to like naturalize the place, naturalize the area. That's why you see all these stumps lying around. I'm trying to naturalize it, trying to plant some wildflowers that might grow in heavy clay and drier climates. So that's the north orchard. I do have a raised bed that I put some things in last year, trying to grow. The only thing I could really get growing well here were turnips. And I think it's because I'm not, but I'll try again, but I'm not like necessarily the best, farmer. So the deer, you can see what the deer did here. They get in and they eat a little bit, destroy some trees if they can. I'll go over and show in the future, when things look a little better, what each one of these varieties of apples and plums and pears are. But that's what I've got thus far. And I just locked the gate as a precaution. We don't have any problems around here, but and so we'll walk up here. Oh, 2 huge piles of wood chips I have ready to go. Here's my 2 kitty cats, Stolter and Scamper. I'll invite them in so they can hunt mice or in voles. Go get those voles, kitties. I don't know how successful they are at it, but. And then you can see snow in my neighbor's yard over there. And then this is the home orchard in my little house. I should say our little house. So this is where I was filming the video. So March 14th, we're waiting for next month. We should start to see some things really pop up in the leaves, and then the blossoms will come at the end of April. I'm expecting the 3rd week of April into May. And then the wilds in the back of my neighbor. And that's really it for this video. So I'll give you a nice view of the mountains as we end this one. And March 14th, 2024. Hopefully it'll be a good year. There are the mountains with the snow on them. And some other neighborhoods around here. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.